Outfit check. Yes, oh, hi guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you all for subscribing. I'm really appreciative of what you guys have been doing for me. Thank you all for the love you guys showed me on the last video. I'm so grateful. Like, I'm always grateful. Thank you all, and please, if you haven't subscribed, please do well to subscribe to the channel. Okay, like, comment, and subscribe and share also. So on today's episode, let me flex more. So yeah, on today's episode we are coming to do a story time.
Another story.
So I'm going to be telling you about the SHEGE. When you say SHEGE, do you know SHEGE? I'm going to show you what SHEGE is.
I have seen SHEGE. And that SHEGE, that SHEGE has made me tough. Yeah. Do you understand? Like I've seen, so I'm still, I'm still growing. You feel me? So there's still more SHEGE in front, and I'll still see.
I'm going to be telling you guys about the SHEGE I went through as a first year student in the university. So don't skip any part, watch, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Okay, welcome back guys, welcome again. I'll continue saying welcome, don't mind me. Welcome back. Okay, so when I went to the university, I passed through a lot of SHEGEs, although there was also enjoyment. Sometimes there was but I went through some SHEGEs, and I want to share with you guys so that I just want to share. So basically, I have 3 major SHEGEs that I want to tell you about, and we learned 1 or 2 lessons from it so that we can all use it anytime we come across those problems or something. So my first SHEGE. So yeah, my first SHEGE is about how I missed a quiz in the first year of university. Like the whole level 100 yeah, but like already you've missed a quiz. So yeah, and it wasn't any subject, so it wasn't any, just those physics. So yeah. I'm a biological science student, as we all know. So with the biological sciences, my course, we do the science courses like chemistry, physics, biology, and we do it with its respective practical sections. So our first physics practical, they were like, we are going to do an online session, so we won't be going to the lab. Like, we just do it in our room or any comfortable place. Then we do some quiz online, then we submit it. So we're supposed to read some pre-lab. Maybe I cram a thing. I didn't read the pre-lab from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. On the Friday, and on the Friday that I was supposed to do the practical whatever. It was then that I was going to look for the pre-lab on serious students.
DNS3, hashtag boy.
I know. Don't come and tell me. I know I'm on serious, but I'm funny, sir. So yes, I went out for the pre-lab, and not knowing it was some long process I had to go through. Meanwhile, the time limit was 3 hours, and if I was to do all of it, plus that was my first start. I didn't know, although they had given guidelines, it would be a little bit difficult. So I didn't be able to finish within the 3 hours or something. So I called my course mate, my friend. We were doing the same course. She's from my SHS school, Canadian. Her name is Canadian. Hi. So yeah, I called her and I asked her about, she had already done her own. So I called her and I asked her about how I'm supposed to go about the practical or something. And she told me, oh, I'm supposed to do this. And I'm like, hey. So I asked for her help, and she said she had the values, so she would give them to me. Then I'll just use the values to answer the questions on the site. That's Sakai. If you don't know Sakai is a website, more like a website for University of Ghana students and lecturers. So basically the lecturers post quizzes, resources that you need for your course in the throughout the semester and everything. So we're supposed to answer some questions on Sakai. So I had the values, so I was like, oh okay, let me go and just check the questions out, then answer them. I went online, and before that you are supposed to register for a day. The days were Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So if like you are supposed to choose the day that will fit your timetable. So looking at my timetable, Friday was the day that will fit my timetable. And in my head, I knew I had gone online to choose the group I'm supposed to be in, not knowing I hadn't choose the group. So when I went online, I clicked on the quiz, something like, and they were like, no questions available. I'm like, what? So I went back to check, and surprisingly I wasn't part of any group, and I was like, how? Plus that was the last day. If it was a Monday or a Tuesday that I had missed, I would have registered for maybe the next day so that I'll be able to do it the next day. But Friday was the last day, and my batch was the last batch, so that means I have missed it. God, that day, the way I didn't cry, cause when we were coming, everybody was like, yo, I've missed like a whole lot that will cause me like my grade or something. So I was really frustrated, and if you know me, you know that I'm a crybaby. So then I started crying. Then I called my friend back again, and she was like, I should go to our school computer lab center, they can help me, maybe they will be able to help me. But that time I was so frustrated that I didn't want to go anywhere. I sat down on my bed and cried. I cried though. Like I had really prepared. I was looking forward to that quiz because that was our first online quiz, so I didn't want to miss anything out, and I missed it. The way I didn't cry. A moment of silence for me. So yeah. And second story, I'm going to tell you about how I had no peswa on me for like 2 weeks, and I was eating curry each and every day. If you know any university students, like sometimes when you're just there, call it all. J200 way, J300 way for two, just for nothing, cause we are suffering no. So yes, I'm going to tell you guys how I ended up having no money on me and had to eat curry for almost 2 weeks. Yeah, groceries.
We prayed for what to eat, and Jesus answered with groceries, groceries and floating berries with sweet now.
So, my phone got spoiled. One morning, I woke up to go for a class. Then I went to my washroom, and my phone fell in a bucket of water, and it got spoiled. The screen got spoiled, so I had to fix it. And mind you, the phone, I had stressed my mother about it, so when she bought it for me, she gave me specific instructions, like you know our African moms. So she was like, if this phone spoils, she's not buying me a new one, blah blah blah. So if my phone has spoiled and I go back to tell my mother that, oh ma, my phone has say into my miscanquer, like the slaps I'll receive. I don't know. So I decided that okay, then I'll use my own money to repair. At that time, I also didn't have the money. I had on me was, I think, 50 cedis or 75 cedis. Yeah, that's how broke I was. And plus my phone was spoiled, my birthday was coming up, double wahala. So I went to my best friend's place, told her about everything, and she was like, you know what, I know this guy, he can go and repair for you, blah blah blah. Okay. At that time too, I didn't have any money on me. How am I going to repair this phone? But I was so clean, like I badly wanted to repair it, so I was like, I'll just borrow money from people. Yeah, I'll borrow money from people. Then after my mother gives me money, I'll use it to pay them, something like that. So I borrowed some from a friend, then my best friend added some, then I used it. I borrowed some from my sister, who is also in university, but she sacrificed for me. Thank you. And I borrowed some from my best friend. Thank you, girl. I love you. So yeah, and the guy was like, you take, I think 600 and something for a screen, iPhone and their things. So like me that I don't have any money on me, you know, I have to pay 600 and something. So I borrowed it from my sister and my friend to fix it. So now the phone is fixed. I'm a little bit happy now. Because when it's spoiled, the way I didn't cry, because I knew I wasn't getting money from anywhere to repair, and I literally used my phone for everything. So I cried. Yes, I know I'm a crybaby, but I've stopped now. So now the phone is repaired, but I'm owing people that I have to pay. So the money, after a while, I called my mom for money, and the money I was supposed to use for my upkeep, I then now have to use it to pay for my debts. So I use it to pay for my debts. Now I'm broke. My foodstuffs are finished. How am I going to survive? The only foodstuff I had was garri, sugar, and some milk powder. and gari and granuts. So yeah, groceries. I had a full stock of the groceries ingredients. Yeah. So now I wake up. The only choice I had was to eat gari in the morning. I used to eat once a day because sometimes when I wake up, I'll just go and learn because it was getting to examination time. So I'll go and learn when it's like 5-6 days, and I'll come and eat my gari. Then go back, go and learn, then come back like 1:12, then come and sleep. So it repeated itself. So I think a week and a more or 2 weeks. So that's how I suffered, my bro. So if you have a university sibling, friend, or anything, and sometimes you get money, I just chill moody. Yeah, bro. Why? And to the last SHEGE I. This one, I'm going to tell you guys about how I almost missed an exam. Wow, great thing. Cultural exams so never big become one. Oh, say I miss it.
God have mercy upon us.
So that was my story. So this course was biochemistry, and before that we had my course mates and we had like our exam. We had like 10 days space to learn, and after that our exams were consecutive. You have this one, then the next day you have, but we had a 10-day break or something. So I mostly used those days to study biochemistry. So I was really prepared for that exam. The night before, I just studied the other stuff I had to study to finish everything. So after I was done studying, I was like, you know what? Normally I don't sleep before my paper, but that day I was like, you know what? I'm done studying, so let me just go and sleep for a while. Then I wake up at 5, then prepare and go and write my paper, because the paper was at 7:30. That's how Legon can stress you. 7:30 paper, how? So yeah, I decided to go and sleep, then wake up around 5 to prepare and go and write the paper. So I came to sleep. I slept, and then I remember I woke up around 4:30 something, and I had set my alarm at 5. So I was like, when it's 5, then my alarm will ring so that I'll wake up and go and freshen up and do everything by 7:30 there. By 7 there, I should be leaving my room and everything. That was my plans in my head, though. Not knowing sleep also had another plans for me. So I slept dreaming, and to the next moment I realized I woke up at 8:00 a.m. whilst my paper was at 7:30. So when I woke up, I was like, hey! I remember very, very well. I was like, hey! Then I shouted. Then my roommate was like, Ade paper. Then I was like, yeah. And she asked me what time, and I said 7:30. And she said, dress up and let's go and take Uber, then you can go, so that maybe when you beg them, they will listen or something. Like, okay, then I dressed up. I didn't even wash my face. I didn't do anything. She ordered for the Uber for me that time too. I didn't have physical cash on me. She just paid for the Uber. Thank you, Veronica. That's how nice it is when you have amazing roommates. So yeah, she ordered the Uber for me. And when I was sitting in the Uber, some of the Uber drivers don't really know the road in the school. Like, they don't really know campus road. So this man seemed to not know his way, and he was driving slow. But I couldn't tell him to drive faster or something. I just couldn't tell him to drive faster. So he was going, and he kind of looked to miss his way, so I had to show him the way. And in the car, he was playing some gospel song, and the next moment I found myself, I wasn't asking God to save me from this whatever I'm in, or help me so that they won't sack me. I just started thanking him instead of like, oh, Erade. And more I was just in my head, I was just thanking him for everything. I was just thanking him, but I prayed a little bit to tell him to help me, so that let his favor be upon me, so that they will allow me to write. So I got to the exam center, and one of the TAs saw me and was like, "Are you now coming to write?" I was like, "Yes, sir." I was like, enter. So I entered, and I went to look for my ID on the seats, and I found my seat. I sat down. They were going to bring me the question papers, and the master invigilator for that room was like, "Who are you going to give the paper to at this time?" And mind you, University of Ghana, after 30 minutes after the paper, nobody is allowed to write a paper. So they were like, "Raise up your hands." So I raised my hands, and the man called me to come. So when he called me, he asked me, "Why are you now coming?" And in my head, I was like, something told me to lie, to say maybe, oh, there was traffic on the way or something. But I was like, let me just tell the truth. If whatever being the case, I just spoke the truth. So the man asked me, I said, "Oh, I overslept." He looked at my face and was like, "Go and sit down, don't let it happen again." I'm saved. So yeah, he allowed me to write, and yeah, that was it. So some lessons I've learned about this is that, from my experience, you are always supposed to tell the truth. Whatever being the case, just tell the truth and leave the rest to God. Because when I told the truth, I was safe. Because after me, some guys came, he didn't allow them to write. He was like, they should go away. He sacked them. But I kind of felt the truth I said and the thanksgiving I gave to God was what saved me. So in some situations, all you need to do is just give thanks to God. You don't have to. He knows what we want, and sometimes we can't do anything for God. We can't do anything for Him. So sometimes the only thing we can give Him is give Him His glory and His thanksgiving, and He will place it with abundance of everything we need. So yeah. And from my first experience, my first SHEGE, I learned that when situations arise, just don't break down, cry. With the assembler bar, find the solution first. When you are done finding the solution, then you come back and cry. So if from my first experience, for example, if I had just gone to the computer lab center or whatever to go and ask to make inquiry for them to help me, maybe that would have solved the problem rather for me to sit down and cry. So I've learned that in every situation, when problems arise or anything, you just think of a solution before. I'm not saying don't cry, you can cry, but think of a solution first before you start to cry or something. And yeah, thank you all for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like and share. Thank you. It's been amazing with you guys. Bye.